What is up, guys? Nando here with an informational video more than a vlog. This is for people that need help calculating their macros, how to do that, what a good macro ratio is, like proteins, fats, carbs. It's gonna be just a quick rundown, something to help people out that kind of want to get started, don't really want to hire a coach because they don't want to commit to that, and in my opinion, it's the quickest and easiest way to get started. So, here we go. Alright, so for those of you that are new to this whole If It Fits Your Macros lifestyle, IIFYM, basically the whole premise behind it is that a calorie is a calorie, no matter whether you get it from a vegetable or a donut, whether you get it from ice cream or chicken soup. A carb from bread is the same as a carb from a gummy worm. A protein from chicken is the same as a protein from whey protein. Like an avocado fat is the same as olive oil. That's basically the premise around it. For the most part, people kind of tend to take it overboard a little bit by kind of just eating literally whatever they want if it fits their macros, which to an extent will work. It definitely will help you lose weight or gain weight, like whatever your goal is. But just remember that you still need your micros. That's why I always take a multivitamin. I try to get fruit in as much as I can and vegetables. For me, it's kind of like a 75-25 clean to dirty / not as clean foods. So it does let me eat my ice cream, does let me eat my donuts, does let me eat my pizza, but most of my meals are pretty bro. Rice, chicken, broccoli, fruit, vanilla, fruit, fat-free yogurt, that kind of stuff, as you guys have seen from my full days of eating. But enough of that. Just wanted to give you guys some background. So now we're gonna get into the actual calculations of everything. So first thing you need to do is calculate your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate. So what that means is, what that number is if you were to literally lay in bed all day and not move at all, that is the amount of calories your body would need to function and maintain your body weight. This is if you literally did nothing. If you laid on the floor, acted like you were dead, you would need this amount of calories. So, as your basal metabolic rate, and the way to calculate this is easy. There's a bunch of different calculators online. You literally just look up BMR Calculator, and I'm gonna post one from the ifitfitsyourmacros.com in the description below, because that's my favorite one. It's pretty much the most accurate one. There's a bunch of formulas that go with it, which I'll maybe show you guys, but all you have to do is you plug in age, gender, weight, and that'll give you a pretty good baseline of where your basal metabolic rate is, which again is if you were to literally do nothing all day. So for me, I am 22, a little under 200 pounds, 5'11", and a male, obviously. So according to If It's Your Macros calculator, for me to not lose any weight and sit still the entire day, I need to consume 1,931 calories. That'll keep me at my 200 pounds, and literally nothing would happen. So now, If It Fits Your Macros and this whole lifestyle is all about calories in versus calories out. If you want to lose weight, you want to burn more calories than you're consuming. If you want to gain weight, you want to eat more calories that you're burning. So it's pretty simple. It's not that crazy of a concept. So now people ask, how do you calculate your macros if you're moving around, if you're exercising, if you're working a job that requires you to either sit at a desk versus work construction? That is where the If It Fits Your Macros calculator kills it in terms of accuracy and stuff like that. So then what you need to calculate is your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. So every day is going to be different for everybody. It's not like every single day you're going to expend the same amount of energy, right? So it's all about overall averages and everything kind of just meshing together. And so for me, for instance, I go to school, I work a job where I stand most of the time. I'm not sitting at a desk or anything, but I stand. I work out at least 6 times a week. So that is where the macro calculator on If It Fits Your Macros kind of takes over. So what you do is you say, it gives you options of whether you're sedentary, which means you don't move, you're active, or you're lightly active, active, or very active. So that gives it a variable to multiply your BMR by. So it usually multiplies it by like 1.1, 1.3, 1.5, or 1.7 to give you that total daily. It's just like an average. It's kind of just like a baseline, something. It's not going to be exact every time, but like I said, this is a great way to get started. So for me, I usually put active because I'm usually either standing up, kind of running around a little bit, in class, walking to and from class, which is 15 minutes for me there and back, especially in the hot sun. I mean, right now I'm in Jersey, it's winter break, but still. Then it asks you how many times a week you work out. I put 6. So then it takes it all into account. And then after all that, my TDEE is 3,378 calories. This is the amount of calories that I would need to maintain my body weight if I consider myself lightly active, work out 6 times a week, and keep that consistent. Is it exact? Again, no. But it does help kind of keep you baseline. And that's where you kind of have to play around with it. Trust these numbers for about 2 weeks. If you don't see the results that you want, then kind of tweak them as you go. If you want to lose a little more weight, take away a few more calories, take away a few more macros. That is where the whole fat loss versus maintaining versus weight gain comes into play. So once you have your TDE, if you want to maintain, stick to the TDEE, right? Stick to that. You'll, for the most part, maintain weight, and I'll show you guys how to break down the macros from there. But if you want to lose weight, a great way to start is be at a deficit of 500 calories, which will, on a weekly average, if you stay consistent, will be 3,500 calories, which equals 1 pound of fat loss if you do it every single week. So 3,500 calories, imagine, equals 1 pound of fat loss. So like I said, a great way to start is to be at a 500 calorie deficit. So for me, I'll take my TDEE, which is at 3,378, subtract 500, gives me 2,878 calories on a daily basis, and that will, if you stick to it and stay consistent, that will ideally get you a 1 pound loss a week of fat loss, which is perfect, especially if you want to keep as much muscle as you can while cutting. If you want to lose it a little more drastically, then yeah, reduce your calories by another like maybe 250 if you want to make it a drastic one and you're trying to lose weight quickly. Like I said, guys, it's all about calories in versus calories out. If you expend a lot of energy and eat a little bit, then yes, you're going to lose weight. But you have to find that balance of where you can lose weight and maintain some of your strength and not get like skinny fat, which is, if you've seen my transformation video, it happened to me. I was eating about 1,200 calories a day, which a person of my size is not sustainable. That's not sustainable at all. I lost like 20 pounds, yeah, but my arms, everything squared off. It just wasn't pretty. So that is what you do if you're cutting. Now, if you want to gain weight, which I've done one bulking phase in my entire life, because I've always been wanting to lose weight. You always want to start off not as, so you want to go like you want to be at a surplus of 250 to 500. So you, ideally, if you want to lean gain, right? Yeah, you can dirty bulk, right? Eat whatever the hell you want, as much as you want, just keep working out. Yeah, you're going to gain strength, you're going to gain size, you're going to gain muscle, but you're also going to gain a lot of fat. So if you want to do it right, so like I was saying, for weight gain, you want to add anywhere from 250 to 500. Try to not go over 500, because that's, yeah, you'll gain weight and you'll gain strength, but that's where kind of you'll see a little more of a fat gain than you would if you kind of keep it on the lower side. So for me, it would be, you can take that TDEE, which I told you guys, 3,378, add 250, I would be at 3,628 calories on a daily basis if I wanted to gain about a pound and a half a week. And again, my suggestion is try these numbers out for at least 2 weeks, stay consistent, and then if you don't like your weight gain, your weight loss, your maintenance, or how you look in the mirror, then start to tweak a little bit. Add 50 calories here, add 100 calories here, take away 100 calories. You gotta just play with it until you find that happy medium. So that's how you calculate your calories. For your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, your TDEE, total daily energy expenditure, and then their cutting, how to calculate cutting versus weight gain versus maintenance calories. So now is the question, how do I calculate my macros? That again is up to the trainer, up to the person, up to the coach. For me, so let's say, I'm going to use easy numbers. So let's say I'm at 3,000 calories maintenance, and that's where I want to be. Some people live by the whole 40-40-20 ratio, which is 40 carbs, or 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat. I'm a believer in at least a pound of protein, or at least a gram of protein per pound. So for me, we'll say I'm 200 pounds. That puts me at 200 grams of protein. 200 grams of protein, right? And just for people that don't know, 1 gram of protein, 1 gram of carbs, those are 4 calories each. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So for just protein, 200 grams, that would put me at 800 calories. So then what I do is I do about 0.35 grams per pound of body weight for fat. So if you multiply, you multiply 0.35 times your body weight, which for me was 200, and that gave me exactly 70 grams right there of fats. So multiply 70 grams by 9, because that's how many calories per gram there are. That is 630 calories, just from fats alone. And for me, I like to keep my fats on the lower side, because I like to eat carbs, right? So then what you do is the rest of your calories go to carbohydrates. For me, I mean, that's the way I like to do it. So for instance, how do you figure that out? So the way you calculate how many carbs you want on a daily basis is what you do. You take the 800 grams of calories from protein plus the 630 calories from fats, and that gives you 1430 calories from your proteins and fat altogether. So like I said, my total calorie intake is 3000. So what you do is you take 3000 minus the calories from proteins and fats. It gives you 1570 calories. And then from there, since these are the amount of calories you have left over, and each carb is 4 calories per gram, you divide by 4, it gives you 392.5 grams of carbohydrates, and that is what you have left over, and that'll give you your macros. So for me, my macros would be, so if I was on a 3,000 calorie diet, and I wanted to break it down, 1 gram of protein per pound, 200 grams, 0.35 grams of fat per pound of body weight, which gives me 70, and the rest goes to carbs, which is 392, and boom, there are your macro goals. It's that easy, guys. And again, ifitfitsyourmacros.com does it all for you. I just kind of wanted to explain the whole process behind it, so you're not just kind of clicking stuff, trusting the system, and boom. Like I said, trust the numbers for about 2 weeks, all about being consistent, hit the numbers, try to do about 10 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories. I try to hit between 30 and 40 grams of fiber a day, whether it's from vegetables or Quest bars or whatever. And yeah, guys, I just wanted to kind of run that down. People have been asking me how I do my macros, because I do my own stuff. I've never hired a coach before. I've been doing this for about 2.5, 3 years now, and now food is starting to turn into numbers for me. Like, I'll see a piece of chicken, instantly think, boom, 40 grams of protein, low fat, low carb. I'll look at a slice of bread, boom, 14 grams of carbs, low fat, low protein. I'll look at peanut butter, 2 tablespoons, boom, 16 grams of fat. It's just, you kind of just remember it, and it gets easier and easier, and I use MyFitnessPal to track everything. It's very, very accurate. I log my weight every day, I log my food every day. My diary is actually in the description below if you want to friend me on MyFitnessPal to see. Go ahead, and hopefully this helps somebody out. Again, goal is to help at least one person every video, guys. So, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think below. If this is a good informational video, don't forget to follow me on Instagram right here. Check out at Leor Clothing on Instagram too. And until next time, guys, cue that outro.